So many busted up family structures. And guess who suffers? Our little sons and daughters. They be crying in the corner. They be crying because they want their mommy and daddy together. You know what I mean? So many problems. It's a shame, it's a shame. But you know what? Our big downfall is we don't want to deal with the Most High's principles of life. What does it take? What does it take? Yeah. You know it's bitterness when mom and daddy can't get along. Daddy had to separate. Daddy break the kitchen table every night, screaming, cussing, fussing, big bear smack. You in the corner, crybaby style. At 6 years old, daddy don't live home no more. Daddy might kill something. Family structure busted up. Mama out of order. Mama wanna be video girl. Daddy fussing about your tight pants. He try to show you the way. Busted up family structure, you know? It's a shame. Our little sons and daughters be crying in the corner because they want their mom and daddy together. Peace and blessings to all. And we're going to get right into this subject matter here today. We're talking about the children, and nothing that we are saying is new, with the exceptions. We have brought forth a generation of evil, wicked children. From all these wrong decisions, free will making, and the consequences is this head-on-head collision repercussion. The tablet of Enoch foresaw the future of this demise. In them I saw it written, that generation after generation shall transgress, until a righteous race shall arise, until transgression and crime perish from off the earth. So this is where we at. So it's that apostasy generation from these evil one-night stand pregnancies, from these fornication pregnancies, from these adultery pregnancies, which has contributed towards manufacturing a unrighteous evil generation on this earth, exactly like the scrolls of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 18 explain. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, which represents the children. So now the child is paying for the wrong decision making of the parent of that one night stand, fornication, adultery, pregnancy. And after all is said and done, they still refuse to change. They have pledged their allegiance to ride out this wickedness all the way to the gates of hell, to the end. Besides the fact of all the signs that's being shown all over the world, why we should stop doing these things. Like it says in Luke chapter 21, verse 25, and there shall be signs, like the signs of the times that's taking place in North Korea today, where North Korea is talking about nuclear war. As Matthew chapter 24 verse 7 explains, for nation shall rise against nation. As also the Hurricane Sandy residents are still looking for permanent housing. The true application of life was right there in the palm of our hands. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, train up your child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from the correct way of life. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 7, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shall talk to them, because procreation, pregnancy, is really a sacred, high, holy science. And when it's done the wrong way, it mass produces demons. Just like this example I'm about to give you right now, pertaining to music. Different kinds of music, classical or rock music, seems to have different effects on the plants. Well, for such is the way when it comes to these unrighteous, unholy, fornication, one-night stand, menage a trois, adultery, evil pregnancies. The consequences are found in the book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 4, and we are living out these consequences. Just as Isaiah chapter 1 and 4 explains, Our sinful nation, a people laden, meaning heavy with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupt. They have forsaken the Most High Creator. Now we all have made some type of mistake in life, but mistakes take correction. But wickedness will always reject correction. So when a child is conceived through the wrong way of pregnancy, from a wicked woman or a wicked man, through the act of fornication pregnancy, or that scallywag adultery way of pregnancy, or that one-night stand skeezer super freak pregnancy, incorrect operation, it affects the unborn child that is inside the belly of that woman. Because this is much deeper than just humping and pumping. Now, pertaining to this situation and circumstance, how many have mass-produced many evil kids. What is happening is that wicked man is downloading, or rather transferring, his wicked evil energy inside the body of that unborn baby. And the child, or rather children, are also being affected from a man who impregnates an evil, wicked woman. That's why the instructions in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 4 explains how we are to possess our vessels in sanctification and honor. Because in a case like this, all kind of wicked, evil, satanic, evil energies is being transferred, or rather released, or rather deposited inside the body of that unborn fetus. And now the child got to suffer because of the wicked things of the parents. And now, after the 9 months of pregnancy is completed and it's time for the baby to come out of the womb, this is what has been coming out on the operating table from that woman's womb. As 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 8 explains, how menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Whether we believe it or not, we are living it on the earth every day as the sun rises, and still many still refuse to change. And these are the repercussion consequences for getting pregnant or bringing forth a child through the act of fornication, adultery, or rather the menage a trois super freakazoid one-night stand. Menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters, because fornication does not produce a blessed seed. One-night stand does not produce a blessed seed. Adultery does not mass produce a blessed seed. It brings forth a Deuteronomy chapter 28:18, a cursed seed, a cursed baby, unless the Most High decide to have mercy on the situation. The scrolls of Enoch explains, they rejected my commandments and my yoke. The repercussion is worthless seeds have come up, not fearing, respecting the Creator. So the big, bonky, licious, one-night stand, handsome looks, materialistic pregnancies have brought forth. Menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters, little Chuckies. Now grandma is afraid to walk through the neighborhood, and the Pandora box of hell is opened up on us. Exactly like the statement in Ecclesiastes chapter 3:19 proclaims. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation, and the children are being cut down in a hailstorm of bullets by the man before they reach 17 years of age. The parents is outliving the kids instead of the kids outliving the parents. It's supposed to be the opposite. Now the parents is burying the kids instead of the kids burying the parents. Now the domino effect is accelerating on our behind. Of course, there's many other people on the outside that have contributed towards this matter. And the Father will take those things into accountability in the day of his judgment. But on the other side of the coin, this is our portion of evil that have contributed to this great degradation, downfall. Because responsibility is a real image of our original state of manhood and womanhood. So the domino effect is open up wide. And it's accelerating. And it's sad. Stage 1, wicked pregnancies from 2 wicked parents. Stage 2, fatherless children. Stage 3, consequences. It's recorded in Matthew chapter 10:21, and it is happening. Because when we do what we do, we're going to pay the price. And some of the consequences are recorded in the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death. And that's happening every day that the sun rises. And it's going to keep on happening because of our rejection against the Father's understanding. And the father the child, this is a repercussion domino effect. And the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Because it's a network structure that the Most High designed when he officially created this whole entire universe and man and woman. And one situation will affect another situation. The parents are affecting the children. And the repercussion, of that effect is in Matthew chapter 10:21, where you have a situation where little boy Junior, who's frustrated, he grows up angry, upset, and he rises up and he kills one of his parents, and he crushed their skull with a hammer. Because the immortality, ancient, supreme creator, wisdom and knowledge and understanding is no longer respected, or rather being instituted inside the upbringing of the household. So therefore we're now standing on quicksand. And the repercussions is Proverbs chapter 1 verse 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own ways and be filled with their own devices.
Violent and militant leaders and drug lollipops up their ass to pacify their black power fuzz. And he is beginning to assume that all of us were born under the sign Taurus to Bull, because all we do is bullshit. This is madness. This is madness. All this madness is madness. This madness is madness. All this madness is madness. This madness must stop. Stop all this madness. Please stop all this madness. Please stop all this madness. Please stop all this madness. Stop.
Just as Ecclesiastes chapter 27 and 26 instructs, whosoever dig a pit will fall into it, and whosoever set a snare will be caught in it. If a person does evil, it will roll back upon him, like Colossians chapter 3:25 states, and he will not know where it came from. The repercussions, like this situation that Matthew chapter 10:21 speaks about, how the children shall rise up and put their parents to death. Like this situation with this 17-year-old by the name of Tyler Hadley, who killed his parents with a hammer and then went to party hardy. I think this occurred around 2011.
17-year-old Tyler Hadley killed his parents, and right afterwards he partied in the same house that the dead bodies were stored in. This is a really creepy story. He used a hammer to kill his parents. We have a local news report courtesy of WFTV. Let's watch and then we'll discuss.
The crime scene was a merciless killing. It was brutal.
What also disturbed investigators were the other events surrounding the crime. The younger Hadley had gone on Facebook Saturday afternoon to invite his friends to a party. He then killed his parents outside their bedroom, according to police, locked the bodies in the room, then hosted his party.
Here's another case where you have an old case where you have a mother that kills her 4 children. Exactly. Just like Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 56 and 57 explains how many women of our nation as well, how they shall become evil against their sons and their daughters that come from between their legs. All because of these reasons of 2 Ezra chapter 1 verse 25. Because of forsaking the Creator's principles and understanding.
A Florida mother who fatally shot her 4 children before killing herself Tuesday called 3 of the kids who had sought help from a neighbor back to the house before firing the fatal shots, authorities said. 33-year-old Tanya Thomas fatally shot her 4 children, who ranged in age from 12 to 17, said Lieutenant Todd Goodyear, a spokesman for the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. 3 of the children had gone to a neighbor's front door before dawn to say their mother had shot them. The mother then called the children back to the house and killed them, Goodyear said. It appeared they had been shot, Goodyear said. The mother of the children came out of the residence next door, called for the children to return home, at which time they left and went back to the house. The neighbor then heard gunshots and called 911. Another neighbor told deputies that Thomas sent a text message in the middle of the night saying she wanted to be cremated with her children, Goodyear said. The shooting happened in Port St. John, about 15 miles west of Cape Canaveral in an area known as the Space Coast because it is the home of NASA's Kennedy Space Center, the location of numerous famed shuttle launches.
So, we want to come to closure on the subject matter pertaining to the children, and the damage has been done. Partial of the damage has been done by us as a nation, and partial of the damage has been done by others. Like it says in Revelation chapter 16 verse 10, and his kingdom was full of darkness. What we're looking at is what is called the scrolls of Haggadah. Forget about the term Bible. There's many different pieces to the puzzle beside what is in the scriptures. In the scrolls of Haggadah, it speaks about the soul and the body of man are united in this way. When a woman has conceived, this is what's taking place spiritually. And the angel of the night, Lilah, carries his sperm before the Most High, and the Most High decrees what manner of human being shall become of it, whether it shall be male or female, strong or weak, rich or poor, beautiful or ugly, long or short, fat or thin, and also what all the other qualities, this fetus child shall be. Just like Psalms 127, verse 3 and 4 explains how children are an heritage. And the fruit of the womb is a reward, is a blessing. But pertaining to this case, pertaining to these one-night stand, fornication, adultery, pregnancies, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 18 is the situation of the matter. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. You see? That's why some children are born blind. That's why some children are born deaf in the ear. That's why some children are born with different deformatories in some cases. Because as Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 18 explains, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. Because all the wrong decision making is bringing many down into the quicksand judgment. Wrong decisions leads to head-on-head collision. This is where we are at. And the judgment trail is on our heels. Just like it states in what they call the Pseudepigrapha, which ain't no such thing. These are just other scrolls pertaining to this situation of the matter. What speaks about how the Most High looked on them. This is pertaining to Adam and Eve. For they have killed themselves when they went against the Most High's protocols and rules. And we are continuing the path of their downfall. And the Almighty Father of immortality said to Adam and Eve, you sin by your own free will. Yes, we have sinned by our own free will. We have smoked those cigarettes by our own free will. And we have received cancer by our own free will. You sin by your own free will. We have fornicated. We have committed adultery. We have produced kids through a one-night stand operation. You have sinned by your own free will. By joining the porn industry. And we have received herpes inside our mouth by our own free will. Many women have had abortion, have killed many little boys and little girls by their own free will, which ain't nothing but a Xerox copycat of the ancient human sacrifice killings. That is murder. And this is what beholds many of us who have pledged their allegiance to Romans chapter 128. Like it says in Masters, the 3rd chapter, in the 10th verse, how the axe is laid to the root of the tree. The tree represents the parents. And what's on these trees? Bad fruit. And these bad fruit is going to be cast into the fire, which represents the unrighteous generation. These unrighteous pregnancies, these children that were born out of evil lusts, if the Most High don't have mercy upon their soul. And this mentality, you know how I go. You can't tell me a damn thing. I do not give a damn about what you're saying. I do not respect, what they call God. I don't give a damn about what he has to say, they say. I'm going to do me and you do you. And they train their kids up in that same type of mentality pattern. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and 12. Their wives are foolish and their children wicked. 13th verse. Their offspring is cursed. This is the domino effect. Wherefore, blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. So it does not profit anything to procreate and produce life this way. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3:16. As for the children of adulteress, yes, that married woman with that wicked man that gets pregnant, they shall not come to their perfection. Yeah, their children shall not come to perfection. And the seed of unrighteous bed, this is going on right now, and as we speak right now, somebody is executing this evil. You got somebody's wife somewhere in this world today getting pregnant by a demon. And that seed that they bring forth on that unrighteous bed shall be rooted out in the time of the Most High's judgment. The 17th verse. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. And we seeing this is happening right now. You see this in the earth. Exactly what we just read. We see this situation among the children. Because of cases like this. Does not lead to no good. Because it's not right. It's not right. The 18th verse. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. And it doesn't just stop with death. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. So all this sleeping around, humping and pumping and squeezing and feeling and doing everything the wrong way. The final conclusion to the matter is recorded in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 19. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. And there's a spiritual trial waiting for the candidates. Just like it states in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 verse 6. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witness of wickedness against their parents in their trial. Because when we die, it is not over. That's what many will find out the hard way. Everything you do in life is going to come back to you and more. You sleep with somebody else's wife, somebody might sleep with yours. It's always big fat fun in the beginning. But just like the old saying goes, you have your fun now, but you pay for it much later. It's a historical total failure vampire operation. It's a bear trap which leads to resurrection, extermination, the final judgment, torture chamber, lake of fire. Because when we do what we do, we're going to pay the price. And when our sons and daughters get cut down with those hailstorm of bullets, if they are not under the Most High's protection, Protesting and marching is not going to solve a damn thing. Because the problem remains, which is we too damn wicked on the inside in many cases. I mean, from the Jerry Springer show to the Maury show, which is promoting this madness, from the mama drama madness, from the ladies coming on TV thinking this guy is the father of her child, okay, which they find out is not. Meanwhile, she slept around with the whole United Kingdom as well as the man. This is madness. Like this example I'm about to give you from the Maury crazy show. Well, we're going to read this verse first. 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 31. Which states to ponder, think about it, now, not tomorrow, by thyself, how great fruit of wickedness, the grain of evil seed, we have brought forth in this earth, through fornication, adultery, one night stand, menage a trois, stinky. Ponder now by thyself, how great fruit of wickedness, the grain of evil seed, have brought forth. The 32nd verse. And when the ears shall be cut down, this is the consequences. That's why these kids are being cut down at such an early stage. Some of them ain't going to live to see tomorrow. It's a shame. And they suffering because of the evil decisions of the parents in some cases. And the ears represents the children. And it represents the adults too. And when the ears shall be cut down, this is that domino effect because of disobedience against the supreme creator, holy principles. And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number. Why does it say without number? Because the majority of the people on this earth, the prophets have told us in ancient time that they are not going to repent and change their ways. They're going to ride this wickedness out all the way to the gates of hell. That's why it states, ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed have brought forth. 32nd verse. And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, which represent a great multitude, that's going to be more in favor to wickedness instead of righteousness, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill. You see? So it goes back to Matthew's, the 3rd chapter, in the 10th verse, when it speaks about how the axe is going to be laid to the root, which represents the parents, and it shall be cut down and tossed into the fire. You see, I don't know what else to say. But it was by our own free will. The Most High gave us free will to choose the good over the evil. But the final consequences of destiny awaits many of us, even after we die. People think they're going to die and escape. After doing all this evil on this earth, they think they shall escape by dying. But there's another level of life that the Creator is going to introduce to us after the spirit separates itself from the flesh. For we that refuse to do what is right and correct by the Most High's Creator's command. Because we are His creation and He is the boss. He is the Creator. For while we live and commit iniquity, all this evil that we're doing against each other, and all this evil that many are doing against their sons and daughters. Some of them are raping their sons and daughters. For while we live and commit iniquity, pedophiles, we consider not, and also killing their sons and daughters. For while we live and commit iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. That's what we will find out the hard way. So we're going to close out with this clipping. Okay, from I think it's the Maury show. And we have contributed towards this mess. Yes. The black man and black woman don't want to be responsible, okay, in many cases, for their portion of evil. That's why the kids is all screwed up. That's why the kids is all messed up in the mind. Because of our evil, our wickedness, because of our lustful desire, because of our evil appetite, because of our fornication, our adultery, because of our stinky nastiness. And in many cases, the Most High going to save some of these kids, and he going to tear up the parents, because the Most High is unpredictable. But let's go to this clipping for confirmation pertaining to this mess. Having all this stink sex and don't even knowing who the daddy is. It's not going to lead to anything that's good in the final end. Think about it. Nothing is wrong with intimacy, the righteous, holy way. But this is madness. Because we originally were supposed to take virgins. And we were supposed to get married and not put them away.
Fernando is not the father of that kid, Rashawn. Let me repeat it. He is not the father. Regina was never Fernando's girlfriend. She was a party girl. She was a whore. She did anything she wanted to get whatever she wanted when she wanted. I was devastated when Fernando got killed. I was pregnant and had to find out that my baby daddy had got killed. I didn't know what to do. I was hurt. And I'm here to tell her that Fernando is the father of my child.
When it comes to one-year-old Rashawn, Fernando is not the father.
So many busted up family structures. And guess who suffers? Our little sons and daughters. They be crying in the corner. They be crying because they want their mommy and daddy together. You know what I mean? So many problems. It's a shame. But you know what? Our big downfall is we don't want to deal with the Most High's principles of life. What does it take? What does it take? Yeah. You know it's bitterness when mom and daddy can't get along. Daddy had to separate. Daddy break the kitchen table every night, screaming, cussing, fussing, big bear smack. You in the corner, crybaby style. At 6 years old, daddy don't live home no more. Daddy might kill something. Family structure busted up. Mama out of order. Mama wanna be video girl. Daddy fussing about your tight pants. He try to show you the way. Busted up family structure, you know. It's a shame. Our little sons and daughters be crying in the corner because they want their mom and daddy together. What does it take? What does it take, you know? It's a shame. Mallow, callow, wallow, beezer, pleaser. Daddy still love his children to the death anyway. Little kids say, Daddy, are y'all gonna get back together? A lot of kids grow up, some born to the slave. You teach your kids to hate your daddy and say F-U-C-K. They mess up the marriages when they follow the world. Bad role model mama, like the video girl. Little kids suffer wuffer, no supper last night. Little kids need a daddy and not just a mama. Before they reach 16, they got little babies. No discipline, no morals. The little boy cry, the little boy cry. Your little boy cry, cry in his eyes because he love his family. He love his mama. And he want his mama and daddy together, you know. They be crying in the corner. Don't take it personal. If you're dressed like a hooker, you know you gotta go. You ain't representing my child, you chasing the dough. Daddy packing the suitcase and run out the door. It's a shame mama teaching the wrong, not the right. Every night was a fight, a slap and a bite. True indeed, cause we don't deal with the Lord's discipline. Daddy still love his children, daddy still care. And you got baby Tisha dressing up like a hooker. What the hell is wrong with you? You big loony toony. Many children suffer. Broken up family structure. Many children suffer. Many broken family structure. Many children suffer. Yeah, you know it's a shame. Don't take it personal. because they love their daddy and mama, and they want to see their mama and daddy together, one love.